read you a brand new Songtale book. I actually just got it today. It's called There's a Hole in the Bucket. It's adapted by John M. Feierabend, and it's illustrated by Marissa Madonna. This is a good picture of it up here. Here we go. I hope you like it. There's a hole in the bucket, dear Liza, dear Liza. There's a hole in the bucket, dear Liza, a hole. Do you see the hole? There it is. Mend the hole in the bucket, dear Georgie, dear Georgie. Mend the hole in the bucket, dear Georgie, the hole. With what shall I mend it, dear Liza, dear Liza? With what shall I mend it, dear Liza? With what? Do you see the worm in the corner? Hey everyone! With the straw, dear Georgie, dear Georgie, dear Georgie. With the straw, dear Georgie, dear Georgie, a straw. The straw is too long, dear Liza, dear Liza. The straw is too long, dear Liza, too long. Then cut it, dear Georgie, dear Georgie, dear Georgie. Then cut it, dear Georgie, dear Georgie, cut it. With what shall I cut it, dear Liza, dear Liza? With what shall I cut it, dear Liza? With what? With the knife, dear Georgie, dear Georgie, dear Georgie. With the knife, dear Georgie, dear Georgie, a knife. The knife is too blunt, dear Liza, dear Liza. The knife is too blunt, dear Liza, too blunt. Do you see what's happening in this picture? The worms are escaping, oh no! He has a smile on his face though, can you see it? Wet the knife, dear Georgie, dear Georgie, dear Georgie. Wet the knife, dear Georgie, dear Georgie. Wet it. To wet it, W-H-E-T. W-E-T means when something like has water on it, right? But W-H-E-T means to sharpen. With what shall I wet it, dear Liza, dear Liza? With what shall I wet it, dear Liza? With what? With the stone, dear Georgie, dear Georgie, dear Georgie. With the stone, dear Georgie, dear Georgie, a stone. The stone is too dry, dear Liza, dear Liza. The stone is too dry, dear Liza, too dry. Wet the stone then, dear Georgie, dear Georgie, dear Georgie. Wet the stone then, dear Georgie, dear Georgie. Wet it. Now W-E-T, wet, that's the one that requires water. The other page, when it also says wet it, that's the one that means to sharpen something. With what shall I wet it, Dear Liza, with what shall I wed it? Dear Liza, with what? With the water, dear Georgie, dear Georgie, dear Georgie, with the water, dear Georgie, dear Georgie, water. I really love this picture of this fish jumping out of it. There's another little guy way down there too. In what shall I get it, dear Liza, with what shall I get it, dear Liza, in what? In the bucket, dear Georgie, dear Georgie, dear Georgie, in the bucket, dear Georgie, dear Georgie, bucket. There's the bucket. But what's wrong with the bucket, everyone? What's the whole point of this story? There's a hole in the bucket, dear Liza, there's a hole in the bucket, dear Liza, a hole. That's the end of the story, everyone. In the back, it shows notes that I use, that music teachers use to be able to sing it for you. There's the back. I hope you enjoyed that story, and I hope you enjoyed our music lesson.